Hi, this is Simone, and I'm the Zen Mommy. I help people with spiritual awakening and navigating your ascension and the healing of the mind, body, and soul. If you're one of my subscribers and you've been with me, I really want to take the time out to say thank you for staying with my channel. And if you're new here today, please consider subscribing and press the bell button to be notified of my next video. So today, I don't really have a topic, but I guess I just wanted to do some updates. Um, I've been on sabbatical from my channel, not necessarily purposely, but kind of purposely. So I guess I'll just update on like kind of what's been going on with me and where I am right now on my journey. And okay, so I remember a year ago I moved to Florida. I thought that this was like something the universe was calling me to do, and I don't regret the experience. It didn't turn out exactly what I thought, but the journey definitely changed me in a lot of ways. And I went into, as far as law of attraction, I started to see how my mind worked in the way I manifested. I started manifesting a lot of lack, and I basically ran back to California and was homeless, lived in a hotel, lived with a family member, lived with a friend, and then I rented a trailer mobile home, and um, I met my soulmate, who, that was the one thing I did actually manifest, and I did a damn good job at, and we moved in together. And we, at the same time, we were going through some of the same things. We were both, at the time when we were talking, we were both living in a hotel. And it was just like the universe had lined up both of our lives to like perfectly meet. We had some at the same time where we needed each other the most. And so my soulmate, my Dorian, he lived in Georgia, and it was long distance for a very quick second. And it just worked out that his job was in California. So when he moved out here, we just jumped into it and did it. I was scared and I was nervous, but it was kind of like I was excited about it. But it was kind of like the universe had set it up that we had to we that we were meant to like be together and have our energies in this small space so we could collaborate, our energies together. And so we were staying there, and that's kind of reason why I wasn't doing a lot of videos, because like the lighting was crappy. I my car, I did get a new car, but the car needed something done with it, and I was working at the time, and I lost that job. Then they hired me back, then I quit it. But at the time, like, I just, I couldn't. I had all these excuses where I wasn't doing videos. Mainly, I was in my ego, of course, because some of it I was worried about my hair, and the other was worried about the background. And then I just, I had a lot going on, and I felt really unstable. And we spent 6 months in that small trailer space, and it is so hard. Me being this energy being, like, I needed space. I felt like my mind was shut down. I couldn't really do my business. I couldn't really coach. I didn't really have private space. And I realized, like, a part of me being in that place, it helped me to realize like the traps that I felt trapped for a while, but it was just something that I could manifest out of. And we were there for a while, and we made it comfortable, and we made it home. And that was the one thing, like, when it comes to manifesting, we wanted to get a bigger home, and we were all set. Dorian has a good job, I had a good job, and then my job didn't pay me. And then it just got to a point where I was like, man, what do I do now? And so I had realized that I had this fear of being homeless since I was a little girl. I guess going to the foster homes, I get taken away at a young age to go to orphanage. I was always worried not having a family to lean on, like what would happen to me, like when I got of age, what if I had nowhere to go? And I remember as a child, I was like, well, if push come to shove, I'll be a nun. At least they let you stay at the church. That just, I just really had it in my mind like this big fear of homelessness, and I realized that that's something that I had to work through, you know, through as far as when it comes to manifesting a home. And so we were sitting in this trailer, and we were like thankful that we had it, but at the same time, so annoyed by the small space, and it was constantly something going wrong. It was constantly some kind of issue, and it got to the point where thank God the landlord was like, I'm going to sell this place, and you guys can should you guys are want to get ready to move. And I was worried, of course, that we had a couple of months left, and we were really like trying to save money in that space. And then one night, me and Dorian had a talk, and I told him, I wasn't really looking for a place because I had this fear, this lack fear of being homeless, that I was afraid that if I left the place I had, I wouldn't have anything. And I remember we talked, and he was just like, one thing about Dorian that's what I'm thankful for is when it comes to manifesting, he's amazing at it. Like, and he's like in perfect alignment with me. So when I get through my little fear thing, he'll be like, Simone, stop. You have to understand your manifestations are powerful. The moment you worry, it goes. But like, he gets pretty much whatever he wants. He saw Zen Mommy. He wanted to manifest Zen Mommy. He manifested Zen Mommy. He wanted to manifest moving to California. He manifested. He manifested his job here. He manifested a raise. He manifested a new promotion. Like just watching him has helped me so much, like with my journey. And so we had that talk, and he was just like, you gotta, it's gonna be okay. He comforted me and said it's okay. And we both had this issue. Okay, so all my life, because of this fear of being homeless, I made sure that I never got an eviction. Like, I made sure that it never came to that. And I remember about 2 years ago, I was looking for an apartment, and I didn't get approved. And I said, what do you mean I didn't get approved? They're like, there's an eviction on your record. I was like, no, there is not. And the next thing you know is this eviction is an error. And it's like 2 evictions from the same place, 2 different years. I stayed that place for 10 years, and there was like a 2 eviction, like one in like 2 years apart. And then eventually what happened with this place is this place got bought out by a huge hospital called Kaiser, and they paid people to leave. They actually paid me a check to leave, to get a new place, because they wanted to remodel the whole unit. And I couldn't, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why was this freaking eviction on me, right? And so this was the whole law of attraction. I made sure. Dorian had the same issue, a similar issue, where he made sure that he never had to worry. And then he had an issue happen where his mom got sick and went into a coma, and he had to leave Elise early to go take care of her. So we both had this issue. So my fear was based around our issues. I'm like, nobody's going to give us a place. We're going to be stuck. I hate this life. We hate the governments. When you get awakened to all of the program drama, from things. And so I was telling one of my friends, and she was like, but we have spiritual credit. And I'm like, you're right. And so me and him talked about it, and we talked about how, you see, when we manifested the place to rent, so the only reason, let me tell you why I manifested a trailer per se. And basically, Dorian was coming to live here, and I found him a separate trailer to rent, but it was in a different city further from his job. And I was thinking in my mind, if I could just find this trailer closer in the Bay Area where it's close to my job and stuff, the same one. And lo and behold, I met this guy, had the same exact trailer. And I was just like, and the day we saw him, he didn't ask for credit check. He didn't ask for anything. He gave us the keys before he even asked for the money, deposit, anything. He literally handed it to us the day we looked at it. And we were talking about, they were like, look at how we did this. We can do it again. You have to understand, we are the creators of our reality. Everything is here to support us. And so we had that talk that night. I got up in the morning, and in the morning, I was laying there in bed. I got on my phone. I started looking on Craigslist. So I had to go to this city named Fairfield to take care of some paperwork. I had to go to the city to take care of some paperwork. And in this city, I was looking at some houses that morning, just looking at some places for rent, and I found this one place, and I was like, oh, cool, you know, it's a condo, let's check it out. And so I go, Dorian, babe, let's check this place out. We're gonna be going to the city anyway today. So we go there, we drive there, and the person's like, oh yeah, you know, I'll meet you guys at 1 o'clock. And at 1 o'clock, we were waiting, and we were there really early. So I was calling other places, and this one guy had this really nice house we really, really wanted. And this person was like, and we looked at the outside of this place, and we were like, the condo place, we didn't really like it. And we were like, nah, maybe not. So just as we were about to go leave to this other place, the other guy was starting to sound like a scam. So Durham was like, no, let's just check this out and make sure. We walk in, and you know, sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover. This is a condo. It was the perfect size we needed. It had the backyard where I can plant. I was like, I want to manifest a house in the yard. That was the main thing I was focusing on. I want a home and a yard, because I need a yard to garden and for my son to play in. And we saw it right then. We were like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And the people, it was a personal owner. And literally, we got it the same exact day again. Like, we didn't have to look for apartments. We literally walked into it the same day. And so that's how law of attraction works. Like, if you put your mind to it. But because we lived in that small little crunched up space for 6 months, we're so thankful. Like, I'm so thankful. You have no idea. Like, I feel like this is what I needed. Like, everything, like, because I have my online store and my business, and I haven't been able to do any of that because, like, my products couldn't fit all in there. And like the way my mind works, I have to have everything in front of me. I have to everything aligned and organized. And it was just like, we are so thankful to have everything we need right now. And you know, it may not have been a whole big old house or anything, but you know, I had to start thinking, you know, sometimes I feel like I try to compare myself to other people, like other YouTubers and stuff, like, you know, maybe like Victor Odo and Aaron Doty and all those other people. And you know, my journey is a different journey, and that's one thing I have to realize, that like, you know, I might not be at 100,000 subscribers yet, and I might not have this whole marketing scheme to turn my subscribers to money making. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. Not marketing scheme. That was wrong. I don't have the business mind the way I would like to. You know, don't get me wrong. I want to make. I'm putting my foot in my mouth. I want to make money out of my passion. Okay, I do want to do that, but I'm not as good as it as per se other YouTubers. You know, they know how to do this right, and a lot of times, you know, sometimes I get tripped up with, like, you know, the matrixy way of doing things. Like, you know, when I got getting this far in my awakening with how ayahuasca has taken me, I can see right through some of the little matrix things. You know, I know that, you know, you're supposed to give away something to get their email list and get them on your email list and all this stuff. And, you know, I was just thinking, can I just ask for you guys' emails? Like, of course I'll give you guys stuff. I'm going to create more and more things to give. But with that being said, I'm creating a newsletter. And you know what? If you go to ZenMommyAwake.com, sign up for my newsletter, because I do want to connect with my subscribers outside of this channel. I want to create a blog. I want to create a newsletter. I want to, you know, even feature other YouTubers or other spiritual people, topics, or, you know, whatever. You know, I just want to create a community, you know, for us. And, you know, and also I will announce, like, when I have a special or a new product that I created, or when I want to share a vegan meal idea, you know, different things like that. So that being said, I am throwing that in there. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not quite there where, you know, I'm like this big famous YouTuber making all this money off of it. But, you know, I'm appreciative for where I'm at right now. And that's okay. And I don't have to be like everybody else, you know, and that's where I tripped myself up. You know, when I got into the coaching thing, I was coached by Victor, and he helped me build try to build a program to do this, but it wasn't working for me the way he was doing it. And I had to realize it's like I have to find out how Zen Mommy should do this, what works with me, what makes me feel comfortable, how can I best serve the people. And so let's see, I was talking about that on my journey. Where are we at? We're at 15 minutes, got some more time. What else? So thankful for our place. And I'm so thankful for Dorian. We have been, a year ago yesterday, the 24th of June, we actually met on Facebook in a spiritual group talking about ayahuasca. And so we always thank the ayahuasca plant because I truly believe ayahuasca brought us together, and ayahuasca has taken us on a journey together since we started doing it together. We had our first ayahuasca retreat that we hosted. And so I hosted a retreat for my cousin, and she came to me. She had a condition called lupus, and she was a religious Christianity minister, and she had gotten visions since she was a child. She started getting visions of this indigenous this Indian spirit. So it turns out we find out our roots go back to the indigenous Indian Americans, not the natives, but the original Indian Americans that were on America. Our family lines go back there. In fact, most people who are called African Americans lines go all the way back to indigenous. Long story, that's not what I'm getting into. That's indigenous history. You can go to Dorian for that. And so she had been seeing these visions, and she couldn't deny that it was something to the spiritual thing. And so I had told her about the ayahuasca plant. She had some traumatic stuff that happened in the family that, she felt like a lot of that pain was causing her lupus. And so I told her about ayahuasca and how it healed me. And she was like, I want to do it. She was about to pay all this money to go to, some shaman to do it. And I was like, I never went to a shaman, and I really think you should do it with me, and here's why. And I explained to her, I never did go to a shaman. I know people ask, I didn't go to the Amazon to get a shaman. I took it myself. I administered it myself, and I did the whole thing all by myself. Okay, no, I don't recommend that. Okay, but after I started doing the ayahuasca, the spirit started teaching me how to handle the plant. How the spirit teach me how to do it, how to handle it, how to help people. So I decided, come, I want to help you. And so she came, and I was really, really nervous. And I'm gonna go more into that experience about how working with ayahuasca, how it is for me. Now I got to figure out how to do it legally. Now they have decriminalized it in California, in parts of California. Decriminalized mushrooms and plant medicine because it helps so much with depression. So we did a ceremony, and she came, and she had lupus. I helped her get changed. I started studying plant medicine and herbalism, and I helped her get the herbs and plants that in the diet she needed. And she came and she did the plant. And let me tell you, her life will never be the same again. She can't go back to preaching what she was preaching as a minister, but she starts to see, from the spirit. She sees everything from a spiritual standpoint now. But the main thing that I wanted to share is she came to me yesterday, a few days ago, and said that she went to the doctors and they tested her, and his lupus is not showing up anymore. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so thankful that, that ayahuasca, this plant, gave her that healing. And she really helped me realize, like, this is what I want to do, I'm trying to, I want to, hopefully a year from now, I'm trying to figure out how to get whatever religious rights I need to, if I need to get ordained to do it or whatever. But I want nothing more than to help people go into this journey, into this experience. And no, I'm not programmed by other people's ceremonies and other shamans' trainings. And there's a lot about that I'm going to go into deeper later. But, I'm really glad I learned it my way. Because my experience compared to people who went to the Amazon is kind of different, and I really appreciate the one that I had. And so I want to help guide people on this journey. And so we're looking that up. So that's another reason why I'm going to have this newsletter. I'll be making announcements about what I'm going to be doing. And I think that, the ayahuasca plant ceremony or just retreats, period. I want to host retreats. I think it'll be an amazing journey. I think as we start to raise our vibration and consciousness, it's going to be more and more important that we come together with people who are on our same level of spirituality. We really need each other. We need to help each other, to light each other's path, to feed off of each other, in a positive way, not an energy vampire type of way. And so, what else is new is going on? Oh, yeah. I want to talk about the shift, but I'm gonna do that in another video. I'm gonna do an energy update about this shift. What else? I guess that is about it. Oh yeah, look it, I'm engaged. So yes, I have manifested me a ring. I've manifested me a fiance, and I'm very, very thankful that Dorian Boyd is going to be my husband, and I'm so thankful. He is he and I have this perfect alignment, and you know it's been an amazing experience. Like he knows exactly I've never had someone so loving and so supporting who made me feel so good about myself. Like just he would have thoughts, when he would listen to my videos of how, I was moving around a lot. I was constantly seemed like I was trying to get to a stable moment. And he said he had wished in his mind that he could help me get to that point, that he could help me to be stable so I wouldn't have to move. And, because of him, he's been there for me, and he did exactly what he said. That I was working at first, and then when I went through, my job didn't pay me. I ended up having to they didn't pay me, then they wanted me to come back, and then he was just like, someone just quit, focus on Zen Mommy. And he's been there. He's been taking care of our family. He's been a father to my son, and I am very happy to marry him, and I'm very thankful that this law of attraction thing, it really does work, and we can all find it. We definitely can. And I have so many more videos about the law of attraction to kind of help you understand it, because the more I go through it, the more I see, what it needs to happen in order for certain things to really attract to us. There's a lot of things we have to deal with. We have to work on. There's a lot of levels of stuff. And so, okay, this video's at 22 minutes. I'm going to go for this update, but I got plenty more to come. Thank you for watching. Peace and love. Namaste.